It's Week 16 of the NFL, and we've got the Giants, leader at quarterback. He's gone over 4,000 yards passing now for the year. It's the Giants and the Saints on Monday Night Prime Time.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the venerable Superdome in downtown New Orleans. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his fourth season in the NFL.
I guess we're going to have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he probably just tell them, listen, you want to get involved?
Go out.
Go out and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. They'll set up to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Saints need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
But when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
Well, he got touchdowns, I got picks. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought it was a good performance in person. Obviously it was, but you thought even better on tape. It was really something to watch.
Yeah, what I love was how he spread it around. A lot of people involved in the passing offense. 4 touchdown passes culminated it.
2nd and 2. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Look at the big man rumble. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. A man who played collegiately at nearby Tulane is Tajay Spears. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Spears with another carry. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted.
Charbonnet will take this one in. Touchdown, New York.
That's a great response here in this 1st quarter. And what I like about it is how they put this drive together. The other guys scored quickly to start the game, but this was smart football to not feel like you have to go out and score quickly yourself. So they worked the ball down the field, took their time, and finished with the touchdown run.
Blake Groupie now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Saints offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And he's been a huge factor in the passing game all season long. His numbers reflect that. Currently leads all NFL running backs in receiving yards. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. You talk about this Giant defense. And right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. There's Chris Olave. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the 1st drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
2nd and 9 now. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. His first catch, good for 14 there, and a 1st down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. In motion right, Olave. He'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the left hash, this from 34. And this one is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Back to throw here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Nowadays, this has become routine, hasn't it? That was a heck of a route there by the tight end. A great double move for a big-time catch downfield.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. This defense for the Saints, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And the Saints are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice, because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First goes there at the 27-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And the slot man goes in motion left. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And his kick here is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal. And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
New York ready to go again offensively.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 36 yards on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw.
That one complete till again.
Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And his kick is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Saints offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up second down. Back to throw again.
It gets it right back to Mayer.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 38-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. They'll look to throw again. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. They go play action here on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game.
And the Saints add 6 to their lead. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. Well, let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Now out come the Giants. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 47 yards.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Got a man. That's Leggett.
The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
From the 25, here's second down at 7.
Back to throw.
That one complete to Leggett. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Out of the gun to give to Spears.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
2nd and 5. This is caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Spears will take it in for the Giants touchdown.
And you can bet when they were in that huddle, there's definitely some urgency because I'm sure they were saying to each other, we got to push this one in right now so we don't have to run this on 4th down, and there'll be extra bodies in the hole. That's excellent work there at the point of attack. All it takes is one little crease as he fights his way into the end zone.
Groupie for the extra point.
It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at their 49-yard line.
They'll set up a throw.
Olave over the middle.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 40. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Beck. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 23-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Andrew Beck as the 1st half is winding down.
And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin just outside Washington at Commanders Field in Landover, where you see the final score there. The Eagles are ready for the playoffs as they run their mark to 13-2 with just 2 games remaining. From there, we head up to MetLife Stadium to check on the Jets. And it was the visiting Dolphins who were able to get the victory. Devon Achane, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. The Panthers are still holding on as the win gets them to 9-6 on the year with 2 games to go. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Now back to throw. That one's taken in by Spears. So nothing doing there, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly.
Wide open receiver complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big play there for the Giants. 46 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never throws the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw here. Touchdown! A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants have cut it back within a score. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Here's Groupie for the PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. That is caught. And he's got this down to the 35. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's the game of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And the Saints are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he wisely will throw that one away. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this third quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going. I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
But we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chase Young in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
And the Giants send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Well, the home team's offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 22 and a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
2nd and 11. Tries the left side and finds Olave. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That's Olave bringing in another one. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So give him 3 on that drive. And, normally you'd say, we'll take it. But the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
There's a short one caught by Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. And here's a give to Spears. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. They'll look to throw again. They'll set up the screen for Spears. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Back to throw again. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The pass caught by Olave. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. Looking deep downfield. He's got it with the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 63 yards. And the Saints are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
They'll try and throw for it. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down. Looking to throw.
He's got the connection to Moore.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That one complete to Leggett.
This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season. Again, he'll drop to throw.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Lloyd. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 24-yard line. They'll look to throw.
Got a man. That's Leggett.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They'll set up a throw. A quick throw, but incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish a chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about, not just a sack.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. From 13 yards out.
And the Giants have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
31.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. The Saints on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now back to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally.
So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing now for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Normally he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. The Giants offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's 2nd and 10. Hand off to Spears. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. Here's 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Johnson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got a man, that's Liggett. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That one's taken in by Spears. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Here comes 2nd down. Back to throw here. He's got it. And the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. They're going to look to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Groupie able to add the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they got their touchdown. Now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Still searching for that first interception in this game, and down on the scoreboard. Remember, they won last week, and a big reason why they had 3 picks.
And one characteristic I've always noticed about great defenses is that they want to be the ones that have a huge impact on the game and actually lead their teams to victory. So you just noted 3 interceptions last week, and they won. A little extra pressure that they're feeling right now because they haven't gotten those interceptions in this game, and they're losing.
This is 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like that there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. Back to throw. Gets this to Moore. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they will get the conversion on 4th down to stay alive, but time not an ally. He'll look to throw. The throw right side here going to be incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles. And that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So for New Orleans, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, this loss really hurts their playoff chances as they drop to 7-8 with 2 games left. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.